Let's get started using our sewing machine. We are going to use this quick sewing practice sheet. Did you know that you can sew on paper with your sewing machine? This is a great way to practice sewing, and basically we are just going to start up in this top left corner, work across, and then diagonal. So we're going to get harder as we go. Let's head to the sewing machine. Okay, so for this first one, we're just going to practice going straight. So I'm going to start here on this black line, and we're just going to hold our thread and start going. Once we get to the end, make sure that your needle is in the all the way up position, and then raise this presser foot and we can pull this guy out. There we go. We have gotten a straight line here. We've learned how to start and stop and steer on a straight line. If you have noticed, it's kind of opposite of steering than what you think. So that's what we're going to practice and do all the rest of these lines. Alright, once you've gotten these lines done, it's time to move on to this next one. Now you can see that there are cross lines here that we're going to do first. You probably know how to do that, but I'm going to show you how to do this box in one step instead of 4. Okay, so in order to do a square, we're going to start at one of these corners and put our presser foot down, and then we're going to sew to the end. Now here's where it's going to be different. Before, we had made our needle go up and we were done. But now we're going to use that knob on the side of our sewing machine to put our needle all the way down. And this is going to help because once we pick up our presser foot, look at this paper isn't going anywhere. Now we can pivot this here, put our presser foot back down, and keep going. Now we're going to do that all the way around. Now back at the end, we're going to want our needle all the way up, pick up our presser foot, and voila, we are done. Now this next one at the bottom is just going to be practicing those pivots for the corners. Once you get that one done, we're going to head to this circular. Now this is going to be the hardest because you're going to have to steer. On all of these, pretty much if you got your sewing machine going in the right direction, you could just let it go. But some of the sewing that we're going to be doing will require curved stitches. So we're going to practice that. Now we're going to start off just like normal with our presser foot down. Remember to hold on to your threads. But this time we're going to turn. Now it's okay if you're not too great at this at first. You can see here that even I missed that line. You can always print off more of these or just keep going on the same spiral. It's really good practice to learn how to turn. Most people always want to turn opposite of what the sewing machine really needs. And so basically it's just going to be good practice for you to learn how to turn. Now when you're turning, notice I'm not turning back here. I have my hands up over here and I'm just kind of letting it go with the sewing machine. Now the other thing that you need to watch out for is just like driving, you should be looking ahead of the sewing machine, not where it is. So if you're trying to watch here, you're probably going to have a hard time steering in the right direction at the right time. So watch a little bit ahead of your sewing machine. And again, this is just going to be you practicing to figure out the best way that works for you. Awesome! Now if you find a better way that works best for you to get these done easily and smoothly, let me know. Everybody sews a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that you can't still have fun. Remember, the number one goal here is to have so much fun. If you are having a hard time with this, just take a break, go get a coffee or a drink that you like, and relax a little bit and come back to it later. We're not trying to stress you out, just have fun and get the feel of your sewing machine.